Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with your host and Pearl Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda. Off here to 1v1 on Twin Beaches. In the north stands FK9DD fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth. Here with the 8th Infantry Division in the south stands against some Stephenn. Fighting here for the Decisive, called the 16th Panzer Division with a bike start here. No battle group chosen. Let's go to FK9DD with an immediate choice here of a double type start in British Air and Sea Battle Group. Spicy. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued and generous support of the Propagandacast, allowing me to keep making all these videos. And a big thanks to all those heroic people who actually, like the video, comment on it, and subscribe if they haven't, as that also helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. So big thanks to all those people. Section start here for FK9DD. His men pouring towards north here. Sappers advancing with a Mark II Sten gun. More bikes racing out here for Steam with Panzer Grenadiers flying up here for the glory of the fatherland. Come on, Helmut, pick up the pace. In Italy now, not Germany. You have to watch every corner. That's because the Italians don't know how to drive.
A new infantry section is ready for battle.
Right, the point here. Sappers heading out. Section as well. They're up north here. Sappers advancing. Steady advance here to the viewpoint on the hill. Note here that FK9DD focusing on north beaches at the surrounding points. Meanwhile, Stephenn goes for the landing zone and the southern beach here. Very good. Panzer Pune advancing. Just laying down some Samex here rapidly and steadily. Sections advancing. Not a lot of action, of course, as the Germans racing forward to the bike there. Backed up by the Panzer Grenadier, Panzer Pioneer busy. The Panzer Pioneers were actually typically considered one of the most elite elements of a Panzer division, as they were not just, the Pioneer chaps. They were also doubled as assault troops. In fact, in a lot of German divisions, the Pioneers doubled as assault troops and were typically then considered some of the best in the division. Similar to like Fallschirm Pioneer and so on there. But anyways, Sappers pushing forward here against the Panzer Pioneers. Stephenn has to give space here, although Sappers will beat the Panzer Pioneers up close. We got the cartridges and the probing about here, looking to find a gap here in FK9DD's lines. Second section now. Skirmishing there for the cut-off point here. Section being flanked by the cartridges. Panzer Grenadier pulling up here, and we got a second Panzer Squadron moving up here. FK9DD finding his forces slightly outmaneuvered here as Stephenn utilizes the terrain beautifully here. Sappers there forced back, doesn't push for the Panzer Pioneers, so they end up losing Reginald there to a few shots through the gut. Section Sappers landing into counterattack here, and Stephenn withdraws the bike rather than lose it pointlessly against the British forces there. Section there caught out in the open, all real and healthy. FK9DD withdraws here, and he may actually just want to withdraw entirely. Another section away here, Panzer Grenadier firing down into the advancing Sappers, but not enough time here, and he has to give space here or risk again the Sappers with the Sten guns ripping apart his Panzer Grenadiers as though they're made out of paper. There you go, ends up falling back in the engagement, turning against FK9DD. He very wisely, I think, withdraws here. Sometimes the best thing you do is just pull out of an engagement that isn't going your way rather than hope that somehow it will turn in your favor. So, smart build here by FK9DD. Thumbs up to that. It's definitely one of those critical mistakes you can end up making at times and can basically make a bad decision or much worse there. So, fun here for the fuel hill. Panzer pushing forward. Spike got the fuel points here secured now across the southern beach and landing zone. Medic station up for FK9DD. Quite crucial there. No sun upgrades, I believe, in any of his troops. But we do get flamethrowers for the Sappers, very good here. So far, though, Stephenn and the 16th Panzer Division are making great progress against the British forces. 8th Division is finding his initial advance here stalled down by Deutschland. First section setting up, there's Sappers on the move. Here we got the flamethrower team moving in here. Right into a lot of angry Germans, though, who, of course, are more than happy to remind the British that they're angry Germans. Sappers there, though, winning the Panzer Pioneer there with a Flammenwerfer, or their number 2 flamethrower, aka the life buoy. Bike already veterans one head. This is excellent for Stephenn as it gains the ability to mark targets with its fire. Section coordinating for Stephenn rushed that out. Very good here. Sappers close being wiped out here. Can Stephenn and the German officer call the wipe here? No, he does not. Second Panzer Grenadier Company of the 16th Panzer Division keeps up the assault here, though. South side, you can see there FK9DD is probing in there, grabbing the fuel point for the British Empire. Very sensible here, in particular as Stephenn is now securing the fuel point on the hill. Lots of reinforcement healing here needed for FK9DD for sure. Let us pop back to Stephenn. I'll go to him in a few seconds.
They've cut us off.
There we go.
Territory's out of supply.
We got Stephenn here with armored support. Got superior fire drills. Got the light support company up there. Nothing out of it yet. We got a fresh Panzer Grenadier squad out here for Stephenn. So you're actually focusing on getting out a machine gun faster than getting out a third Panzer squad. That's a slightly interesting move there by Stephenn. Machine gun setting up here. Bit of quiet once more as after those initial series of skirmishes here. Of course, FK9DD has to reorganize and line up a new battle plan here. Ryan just, slapping a silly name on Operation and charging in. Operation Tallywhacker, go! But Operation Tallywhacker was last week. We suffered 500 casualties. Well, they were mostly Canadian anyways. Who gives a rat's arse? Well, the Canadians do, sir. Cartridge in the section here, closer to losing the bike. Yeah, looking a bit better now here that FK9DD isn't charging into Stephenn's hardest positions here, which is definitely now is the hill with the machine gun backing up. We got a Panzer group out here for Stephenn. Rolling forwards here in a 250-1 light infantry half-track. Typically part of a Panzer Division's armored reconnaissance unit. But occasionally 250 half-tracks would be used for units that couldn't get access to the 250 half-tracks for the armored Panzer Grenadier units. So, little fun fact. When he's pursuing the section here, quickly trying to withdraw here as Stephenn just races in there. No anti-tank weapons yet here for FK9DD. Will do it with the tech, and we get commandos. I mean, it's that he's dropping a pack howitzer behind Stephenn's machine gun, which seems like, well, quite frankly, utter insanity. So I don't think that's the case. There you go. We got a full-on commander squad there dropping down where they're Mark IIS Sten guns. S standing for silenced. That said, these kind of drops, they're definitely quite risky as you do focus on landing in front of a bike like we did here. They're still pulling in here. Could get Grenadier off on the bike. That would actually be quite good here for him. You can get rid of Stephenn's bike. And that mentions what ability. Again, the tracer marking ability is very good. Definitely not one to be taken lightly. But no, Stephenn's spike, through sheer tenacity and grease, is able to escape here. 250 being pushed back here. Commanders with their Sten guns there, forcing back the Germans. Fighting from the north side here. It's going poorly here for Stephenn. We could see a wipe here. We got an ambulance for Stephenn. That's excellent. But the commandos here are then going to move here for a mission of execution on those retreating Panzer Grenadier. If Stephenn get the wipe here, FK9DD can get the wipe, that's going to leave Stephenn in certainly a precarious position there. Go full wipe here. Beautiful wipe there from FK9DD. And meanwhile, it's all this happening up north here as Stephenn's committed attention and resources. The beach and landing zone is now falling to the British forces here. A good counter-strike by FK9DD. Took a step back there, assessed the situation, and came up with a good plan there. 2 thumbs up to FK9DD. Sometimes, again, that is what is needed, just to assess and then reorganize and counterattack. So now we got the north side falling, south side falling here. Beautiful comeback here from FK9DD in the early moments of the game here. Stephenn, of course, not having this, immediately counterattacks himself here, charges him with the bike first. Striking southwards, where he's probably figuring there is less obstacles. Fuel point here also falling into Stephenn's hand. Victory points all held now by FK9DD. That's definitely going to add some pressure to Stephenn. Panzer Grenadier backed up with the Panzer Pioneer advancing. And we got the commanders laying down a demo charge. Oi! That's not how you do it, innit? I don't know. I just got the explosives. I just like setting up boom stuff. There we go. That could get, well, quite explosive. And we got the mechanized company up there for Stephenn and the 16th Panzer Division, which fought roughly around 1943 in Italy, mostly southern Italy, but by the end of it would be moved over to the Eastern Front. Fun fact. Got the platoon command stuff FK9DD, but so far, nothing out of it. Probably just wants to push ahead for the next tier. And at most, he's going for this, of course, because he has to, but also make sure he's got anti-tank guns in case Stephenn decides to chuck all the Artguards at him, and then some. Meanwhile, the south side falling into the German forces once more. Stephenn, of course, a rapid and aggressive commander here against FK9DD. Mines being laid down the road. Very good there. Thumbs up. 250 half-track here, keeping close to the troops, finding a way to trigger their Panzer Grenadier combined arms ability. Assault here from FK9DD straight down the middle is going unsurprisingly poorly. And we got here Stephenn on the cut-off point there like a limpet. Commanders, though, could be sent to deal with that with their silent Sten guns. And there we go, company command post. So FK9DD is definitely gonna rush out the company command post. I would not be surprised to see a bunch of foot guards maybe as well here, or at least a fast crusader. We'll of course have to see what he does. As for Stephenn, no sign of tech yet, but let's pop back to FK9DD. Cutoff point being hit there, smart move by Stephenn. Company command post up. FK9DD is a bit away there from any tanks, but foot guards are definitely a possibility, and you really should not take the foot guards lightly. They do pack quite a punch there with a mix of Thompsons and bazookas. Section of the Panzer Pioneer, we got the Armoured here for Stephenn. So while Stephenn is like, thinking heavy armored cars, FK9DD is thinking bigger and more heavily armored. Sitting up here the south, looks like it's going to try and spring a trap here on Stephenn. And the 16th Panzer Division up north here, MD-34 Panzerjägers, Panzers there, and Panzer Pioneer with holding up here and forming a pretty strong line here that's going to be tough for FK9DD to break, short of like, tanks or a lot of artillery. Grenades going off here, almost got a section there. It's actually research grenades and fired a RAF grenade there, thumbs up to FK9DD. But the Armoured has arrived here for Stephenn, a significant threat here to FK9DD and the British forces here. Not just because it's got 8 wheels, but because it does have a very potent autocannon, and with the armored support ability there with the pair of fire drills to make the collection machine more powerful. It is an incredibly powerful anti-infantry tool. It's also one I expect to get nerfed in the July patch. So, back here for FK9DD, he's closing on those foot guards. Fighting for the hill, and there you go, anti-tank grenade on it, and we got a weapon off, taking out the 250 half-check with a 1-2 combo there. Thumbs up to FK9DD, a driven and experienced British officer, clearly. Commandos at the ready here. No sign of anything further here there from FK9DD. Mine spotted by the minesweepers. After they apparently seems kind of forgot about it. There you go. Remembered it. As for FK9DD, closing in on both the Crusader or a Foot Guard squad.
Territory lost.
Have to see what he goes for, but I certainly would recommend a Crusader here in the early game. Has good rate of fire with his 2-pounder gun, can deal well with infantry and the armored cars. Rushing out a Crusader right now could be a really strong move there for FK9DD versus Stephenn. Particularly since Stephenn only's really got a pair of anti-tank rifles. And obviously, the Foot Guards would also be an excellent choice versus the Armoured. No mistake. But I certainly feel like a Crusader right now would just offer more of a systemic shock here to Stephenn. He's going to realise he's got little in terms of like significant counters to a Crusader tank here. Plus the Crusader tank, again, being a very fast tank with a good rate of fire, also has like that extra impact in terms of a shock tank. So it can really, I think, mess up Stephenn here, depending on like, how well, FK9DD can get that Crusader going. And there you go. He's going for the Crusader. There we go. That's going to be a headache here for Stephenn and a half. Kartschützen, by the way, veteran 2. Excellent work there. And there we go, Kartschützen with the Armoured. Ganging up here in the section up north here. Like, he has to retreat, but at the same time, he's going to take a lot more damage out in the open, but, I mean, he's going to lose this, definitely, if he doesn't retreat now. Fortunately for him, the Stephenn does not pursue here. Got the section creeping up there, commanders following up. We got a Marder free there for Stephenn. Clearly expecting some kind of tanks. I mean, you see no Humbers. I was about to say Humbles. No Humbers and no Stuart Light tanks, so at this point, I'm fairly certain Stephenn is very much expecting a tank being rushed on. We also, of course, still got the demo charge here. Crusader, though, has arrived. Machine gun being attacked. A RAF grenade here, if you had the munitions, would be quite handy. Section there, low on health, holding on for dear life, and, well, extra rations of tea. There you go, Crusader moving up, shoots its own. Don't worry, Reginald. I'm sure they were German spies. That one too. Can't all be German spies. You'd be surprised. Good shot there. Another great shot though from the Marder and Char on the Crusader tank here. Certainly ended up not quite spectacular for FK9DD, with his tank killing more of his own than it did the enemy. I mean, just ask Thompson over there. How many have you seen any German spies over there? 9! 9? Good lord! Gotta be careful around here.
The beggars are threatening a strategic.
Armoured setting out. Panzers moving forwards.
We're losing a munitions point to enemy action.
So yeah, despite a Crusader rush here, things kind of went a bit south here for FK9DD. Back to Stephenn. Is going for another Marder 3 here in response to British armour. Of course, that might... Oh, we got foot guards as well there. Thumbs up. Of course, another option would be going for 6-pounder guns and part to help deal with these Marders. Could also, I suppose, try with a 17-pounder gun, which I imagine would be a massive surprise for Stephenn. Victory points-wise, we do have a lead for Stephenn. Oh, FK9DD, nothing massive, but certainly nothing tiny either. Not really much here picked on in terms of Belgar abilities, but similar here to FK9DD for now. Maschinengewehren for the Panzergrenadier. Also looks like Stephenn did replace the Panzer squad that did get wiped here. Foot guards being forced there with their bazookas and of course their drum magazine Thompson submachine guns, 50-round drum. They did technically have 100-round drums for the Thompson, but those were like way too heavy and impractical. And saw no military service. Mines to cover the pro entry here. Sneaky setup there by Stephenn. Very good. British forces there launching another assault here for the hill. 8th Infantry moving forwards. And then slightly moving elsewhere. MG 34 Panzers holding up here. Marder, they're about to engage the Crusader foot guards moving forward, being hit here by the Achterguard. But there goes some great bazooka hits here. Doing a lot of damage here to Stephenn's Achterguard. Panzer, they're forced to withdraw here as the building becomes target practice for British tank gunners. Notice upgrade here with the Mark III, the 6-pounder gun. I don't know if that's really necessary. I mean, obviously it does more damage and has more penetration, but I feel like the 2-pounder gun with just better rate of fire would be a lot more usage here versus Stephenn, since most of the stuff he has is like fairly lightly armored, so it'd be better versus the infantry and the light vehicles here. So that's just my fault here. Samples are being hit by the Achterguard. Stephenn proceeding up the south side here, outmaneuvering FK9DD as he's doing the same here more towards the north. And you see tanks here. We got another Crusader here for FK9DD. Very good choice there. Of course, you'd also consider moving for grants, or you know, a 17-pounder gun. Marder's laying out for another push here. As for Stephenn, no sign of further tech, though I'd say he definitely has the resources to start taking up here. Alrighty. Salvage kits and the Flammenpanzer 3. It's on the field point there, seized here by German forces for the withdraw. Mines up north here, very good. High explosive charge, still there though. Will that thing ever do anything against Stephenn? Will it actually end up blowing up on FK9DD's feet? Crusader right about in the corner. Go, another Crusader tank out here for the British forces.
This will hold you for a while. Enemy forces have claimed.
Bit of quiet here between Stephenn and FK9DD. Probably trying to figure out the next move here on each side. Stephenn's probably also feeling more incentivized currently to be a bit more defensive, so isn't feeling as aggressive. It's like probably we got the foot gun or commanders trying to creep up here. There we go. Up there you go, caught out in the open here by the Achterguard, the bike and the Panzerjägers. FK9DD's commanders force as well. We got the Crusader forwards there. 6-pounder gun is on the way here. And there you go, another Mark III Crusader here for FK9DD. Marder inching forwards. Got the Crusader hanging back here in the south. We got British forces moving forwards once more. Heavy fighting around here. Foot guards occupying nearby house here, bombarding German troops out in the open. We got the veteran school leaders up here for Stephenn, bolstering the sizes and experience gains to the Panzergrenadiers, plus make them harder to hit. Overall, an excellent upgrade if you do commit enough to the Panzergrenadiers in the south. FK9DD's hitting mines. This is push on to the southern beaches. Marder moving forwards here. Crusaders advancing as well here, bombarding the Panzergrenadiers here, but getting hit by the Marders. He needs to withdraw that Crusader right now. Meanwhile, there, Achterguard pushing forwards alongside the Marders. Pushing the center, did not quite back out there for FK9DD. I feel like it lacked a bit of speed and imagination, right? I think a bit too much in just a straight up push down the road, which got quickly bottled up here by Stephenn, and then just turned into like a shoot down here of FK9DD's forces. So that I think could have been done a bit more smoothly. And Stephenn has taken up, he's bringing in the Panzer 3, thumbs up. Up here on the hill, machine guns hosing down there the sections. Panzers being pushed back, commanders inching about here, getting bombarded as well. And far south here, FK9DD finally getting some of his forces on the move again here versus those bloody Huns. Back to FK9DD.
This isn't good. The enemy have the upper hand.
Big 2 points wise. Stephenn is building up his lead. As for FK9DD,
Proximity alarm.
no real indicator as he's playing. He's pushing for the sun victory points. There we go. Commandos ripping for Panzergrenadier escort with the silenced end guns. Meanwhile, up north here, we got a demo charge as well here. Got multiple demo charges that so far none have been utilized here against Stephenn. Oh! Nothing.
The enemy has claimed the
That's a shame. I feel like that was like a pretty good opportunity to like blow up some stuff. Or maybe that's just me. Foot guards bearing straight down the middle of the road here. German forces, a bit more focused up north here, are sort of flankable.
We have commando support infantry ready to drop.
Got the commander light machine gun section. We've got the anti-tank rocket loiter. Turning to the RAF. Try and smash those German positions into pieces. Back here, Panther 3 ready there for Stephenn and the 16th Panzer Division. Repairs going on there. Foot guards routed, unable to withstand so much firepower from Stephenn's Artguard and other nearby assembled forces, but still, even as Stephenn is focusing here, FK9DD is doing the right thing, which is focusing more on the edges of the map. He's getting control here, and crucially now has all 3 victory points under his control once more, and is back to rapidly bleeding out Stephenn. Counterattack the launch here by the 16th Panzer Division towards the south here. In the centre, bit of skirmishing between Stephenn and FK9DD, and up north here, bit of probing as well here, though nothing conclusive either. Oh, section wiped in FK9DD. This is a great kill for Stephenn. Really makes an impact there on FK9DD. Crusaders sending out. Foot guards bring up. Oh, got training center up there. Very good. No sound like any immediate counter hits the Martyrs though, except a good flank. Of course, it could be. No, he can't. He's just spent all his munitions and something, so he can't actually go for the anti-tank rocket loiter. In fact, he's going for Bren guns in the sections. Thumbs up to that though.
Infantry training completed.
Infantry training ready here. That's definitely going to be a nice boost for his troops. Nothing sort of really building kit. There you go. Could try for a stun shot here if he had the munitions. He doesn't though. Fairly powerful shot. There depends. 3 there taking shots for the silent from the bazookas here. FK9DD definitely looking to salvage these foot guards well. We got the machine gun firing up. He's a can't push further ahead here. Crusaders on the move here. This could be a bigger push here from FK9DD versus Stephenn. Catching the Artguard here with the Crusader Mark 3s. Causing quite a bit of damage here to the Artguard. Martyr could be next here. No, bombarding the machine gun to allow the foot guards to pass onwards. Machine gun moving in here. Machine gun by the Decisive that is taking intense amount of damage here. Now it's the Panther 3 there. Martyrs that are able to use the Panther 3. Oh, got machine gun. Quite a blow here to the German 16th Panzer Division in the Decisive Corps here, leaving Stephenn machine gunless. Can FK9DD get his filthy hands on it? Or will Stephenn be able to like push off the British? We got the Martyrs that are being brought here as well. Crusader taking immense amounts of damage here from the Martyrs, could lose it. Other Crusader blocks the path there. Other one moving up again. Almost got the Martyrs here. Machine gun being grabbed at the section. Really risky maneuver here. Almost got the Martyr with a foot guard for this forced withdrawal, and the machine gun got wiped again by Stephenn, accepting no machine guns in British hands clearly. Forced withdrawal here, plenty of fuel. No sign of tanks. Maybe he's planning a Matilda though.
Enemies pushing the line, trying to take.
Maybe he's planning more Crusaders. Grass. And there's certainly a few choices if FK9DD versus Stephenn. Big 2 points wise to the gap has now been certainly close in between the two sides here.
We're losing a capture point.
Hard work there in the arm, and the south here. Commanders could further advance here, infiltrate the southern flank, seize the way there from the British, and again get that victory point taking down on him. Crusaders being fixed up here, but the Sappers started work. Further up north, mine goes off here, killing Fritz. And I think that was just Fritz that died there.
Strategic point is being overrun.
Unless someone's playing dead. Foot guards there, close to full strength again. They eventually need 2. Crusader fixed. No signs of anything there being picked on the other side. We got the Panzer guns being routed here, sectioning forwards with a Bren gun, which was based off a Czechoslovakian light machine gun. I think there's only some minor differences. compared to the Czechoslovakian ZB-26. Continuing forwards here, foot guards going to block here. Command's about to flank here, the Panzer Grenadiers here. Defending the victory point here, there you go. That's going to be a nasty ambush here. Panzer there being ripped apart with the 7 guns. No chance of finding that one off here. Meanwhile, FK9DD's forces advances further into the southeast. Stephenn remains fortified with the center. Machine gun recruit. Mines being dug down here. Stephenn getting ready for another German assault here. Or British assault. Not German assault. Unless he's turned traitor. Meanwhile, back to Stephenn. And the resource. He could theoretically like go for armored reserves and try and like go for something bigger. He could of course also just go for more Panzer IIIs. Got the Armoured catching the section, we got the foot guards on the move again. Panzerjägers ambushed here. Further up north here, flamethrower team has the MG34. Got 244, 238 here. Armoured guards about to get hit here by the foot guards. Where to go for, oh, he did go for the stun shot. Very good here. Armoured guard definitely in a much more precarious position now. Almost got it here. Don't think we'll be able to finish it off. Impetus's about to run into a mine. Close though. He almost had it in the mine though. Causes immense casualties here. Several of the guardsmen drop dead there as shrapnel just stretched them. And the center has been forced around to the Panther feet and immediately gets almost entirely wiped, leaving only one man to tell the tale. And the foot guards close one there as well in the end. Crusaders being reserved here. Nothing still going on here for FK9DD in his base. Still no indicator as to how he intends to break Stephenn's center here. And Stephenn's going for a 3rd martyr? Ah. I'm guessing Stephenn's really concerned about like getting hit by something big, nasty, and armored, and so wants to bring in another martyr. 3 martyrs though, for the most part, at least for current situation, appears a bit overkill here, so I'm a bit surprised Stephenn's going for like triple martyrs. Crusaders heading northwards here, backing up a section. Should forcing healing. And we got a 17-pounder anti-tank being unlocked here for FK9DD. Designed to bring in the truly big guns here. The legendary anti-tank, and they've of course tried to add as many platforms as possible. Mounting on Shermans, M10 tank destroyers, even the Valentine tank. So yeah, 17-pounder gun here should lead to some interesting choices, in particular since the martyrs are going to be utterly useless against it. Far southeast, commanders holding up here using the smoke against the Armoured guard. Excellent, thumbs up. Crusaders falling back towards the base for now. So I'm guessing we're looking at a 17-pounder gun any moment now here from FK9DD here to try and break Stephenn's center. South here commandos sent packing as well here. Too much firepower and pressure from the Germans of the 16th Panzer Division. Foot guards, Crusaders, section assaulting the center here. Panther Fleet Martyr at the ready here, but there you go. Could get bait into the stun shot here with the foot guards. No. No stun shot, but damage is inflicted here on Stephenn's Panther Fleet. The foot guards, the Crusader moving forward here, and there it goes. Volley slammed into the Martyr Fleet here. 3rd Martyr Fleet there, hanks back in reserve for now. And FK9DD just withdraws here. So this is too much. No sign of the 17-pounder gun still here. None. Finding up here, going on a bit as well. Still nothing be happening in these explosive charges, I think, so far. Bit of a shame. I'm sure Stephenn is probably so far, of course, blissfully unaware, but if he was aware, he's probably quite happy none of his men have been blown to bits. I need to fix up these Crusaders again. Another Panther Fleet here for Stephenn, building up his armored forces further here against the British menace. Machine gun being added. It's also got the emergency repair kits, very good upgrade here. Commanders fend off 8 Panzer going to attempt to grab the southern victory point. We've got 217 versus 203. Very close stuff. And there we go, we do get the 17-pounder gun here for FK9DD. That will certainly be quite interesting to watch. Marla's pushing northwards here. Demo charge still there, but FK9DD doesn't really in line of sight.
Panzer 3 on station.
2nd Panther Fleet ready. In the south here, Panzer is pushed back with the commanders in a shower of gore and death. And there you go. Got the 17 pounder gun ready here for FK9DD. Excellent high velocity anti-tank gun that could pretty much pierce any German tank's armor.
Enemy forces standing at 200 points and falling.
Hence why they tried to mount as much stuff as possible. Further south here, command right by the Panther Fee there, as Stephenn strikes back here. 17 pounder gun setting up. North here, heavy fire going on for the fuel hill and the victory point there. Panther Fee's about to keep with the 17 pounder gun. Oh, it's setting up. And there you go, massive shot there, rocking the crew around. Shearing off 1/3 health total here. An excellent shot there from FK9DD's 17 pounder gun. And there you go, another hit. One more of those, and that Panther fleet will be toast. Machine gun wiped out here. And now with the 17 pounder gun, here pushing the assault. He is definitely causing problems here for Stephenn. Looks like he's going to mount it up again, move forwards. We've got smoke in the body for Stephenn. Mines going off here, grabbing the machine gun here. Section being utterly annihilated by the Panther fleas. Wiped out here. Great kill for Stephenn, even if he does get off with the machine gun. 17 pounder gun inching forwards here. The smoke from Stephenn could slightly backfire on him. Section caught, Panther's caught by the Crusader tank here. Almost got in the northern victory point. Oh dear, the demo charge going off here. The demo charge. Ah, too late. Almost had them. 17 pounder coming up here. Arc guard charging the Crusaders and the 17 pounder gun. It's gonna go down. Grenades off here. Almost wiping the entire Panther squad. Stephenn is taking immense casualties. His men and tanks are exploding. Air support called in the hit for Stephenn on FK9DD. The loiter goes in. Looks going to try and haul the 17 pounder gun over the fastened truck here in the south. Commanders catching the Panther by the southern point here. Crusader knocked out there by the Stukas. There we go, reposition the 17 pounder gun. It was a fairly brutal engagement here. In the end though, Stephenn I think might have slightly come ahead here because in the end, well, did lose a lot of terrain in the process. Maybe not as far as that I might be suggesting initially. He's flooding a lot of fuel though still. No turret armored reserves here. Loiter's about to wear off. 17 pounder gun being inched forwards again. Rachel once more causing potential havoc here to Stephenn's armor. Oh, back here to FK9DD just got so caught up in that engagement. Forgot about the timing here. 17 pounder gun at the ready. Crusaders almost good to go. Could go for more Crusaders. You can go for Matildas. You could of course still go for the Grant. I suppose you could also go for the Centaur. I'm not sure that is within the plans of FK9DD. You got 187, 171. Who's pushing north at sea? Got assault flares. Oh my, that's not the most commonly picked ability, but I do think it is pretty good. Panther Fleet sneaking a shot there with his high velocity 50mm gun. Which is one of those last attempts like make the Panther Fleet relevant against enemy tanks there. But in the end, it just wasn't enough. Crusader raising up the center. What will be picked next here by FK9DD versus Stephenn? We got mines here by the southern victory point. We got 187 versus 64. FK9DD for the ones actually leading those team. We got Stephenn here lining up for deep flank here, possibly up for a really big push. Mines going off here, killing Panzerjägers. We still got the demo charge there as well. 17 pounder gun repositioning, sensing there's something being lined up here for Stephenn. Yeah, he's really lining up for big assault. I mean, notice if we got sort of smaller combat groups being lined up here. Martyrs mixed up with Panther Fleets and Martyrs and southern Panther in the south. And we got the Leichthinfanzergeschütz lining up here. So both sides bringing in the towed stuff. Going for the southern fuel point. FK9DD meanwhile seems a bit frozen here. He's not building more tanks or anti-tank guns or anything like that. There you go. Great shot there, Martyr. Goes down to less than half over the single shot of the 17 pounder gun. Almost got it here. One more shot's going to take it out. There we go. Martyr kaput. Tally-ho, chaps. We got that bloody hand tank. Tank destroyer. Reginald, tank destroyer. Who cares? Oh dear, he might lose the Panther Fleet. Relay snare could take it out here. The Crusader moving in for it. Ah! Panther Fleet down as well. A huge blow to Stephenn. His northern prong there. Perhaps was too extended there. Got spotted by FK9DD and he immediately punished him forward. Beautiful counterattack here by FK9DD. Huge blow here. We got artillery fire, the rain down the 17-pounder gun, which is now veterans. One opening up for the high close shells here. Damage being inflicted here by the leichte Infanteriegeschütz here. Oh, direct hit, need to get that gun going. Still flooding resources. Still, it would appear fairly hesitant. Perhaps FK9DD is suffering some kind of strategic decision-making paralysis. We got another section away there, though honestly I would go for more foot guards at this point. Just something more elite. Or maybe the LMG section, honestly. But I also do think you should start pulling for more tanks. Like, Grants could be a really strong choice here, and just, you know, more Crusaders or Matildas. Like, there's plenty of choice here for pick for FK9DD, but so far, FK9DD is not making those choices. Almost got the 250 after here. Foot guards close to the ace level. Almost had it there. They are ace level, though, but they need to withdraw here. They're also close to death here. 17-pounder gun pretty far forward here now. Shoots, misses this Panther III at such a short range. That's got to feel bitter here for him. There we go. That shot that went through. No doubt about that. Artillery firing down here. 17-pounder going to take out the second Panther III, and there we go. Both Panther III's dead by 17-pounder gun. But there we go. Marder scores to kill the Crusader. Need to get it out of there. Oh no! The truck goes up in flames. 17-pounder gun crew runs out screaming. Most of the men get in the burning carcass of the truck, only to get gunned down by German troops here. That definitely turned quite nasty against MKNE. I think part of the issue was just, you know, where were the other tanks to support it? But just more lead infantry. Definitely that's what's over there by FK9DD. More Panther fleets being brought up here by Stephenn, though, and the German army. Is he going to try and run? Is he going to try and grab the 17-pounder gun with the 250 half-track? Yes! Yes, he is! He's going to... Now Stephenn is the one with the 17-pounder gun. And we got here Crusader more here for FK9DD, finally bringing in some more tanks.
A victory point is being overrun.
So yeah, German 17-pounder gun.
We're losing a few points.
You do not see that every day. So we could just put up the ambulance recruit with it if you wanted to. Meanwhile, ace foot guards here moving up the center. Further up north here, Marder swinging about here the northern flank of FK9DD's forces. South side being claimed by the British here of the 8th Infantry. As Stephenn the 16th Panzer one lines up for another counterattack here. Back to Stephenn. Less than 100 points left for Stephenn now. FK9DD in the lead in large part, I think, thanks to that 17-pounder gun just crashing so many of Stephenn's tanks and tank destroyers. Mostly the tanks, though. Still got the artillery here, though. No attempt here, I think, crewing up the 17-pounder gun for now. And we got the Luftwaffe against Crusader up north here. Caught in a bad spot. The commanders all to get pulverized. Yeah, 2 Marders, and it seems a bit overkill then to call in the Stuka anti-tank lot here for Stephenn, honestly. That seems a bit overkill. 63% of 57 here. Now the penalty for Stephenn, then again, it might just be really wants to make sure that like no attempt to get back the point here, because he's very low in victory points. Section rushing forwards here. Anti-tanks could be chucked here at the Panther III, maybe. No, he pops rifle there on the light infantry gun. The South here fighting for the victory point continue to happen as Stephenn pours Panther guns in. He needs that point desperately here from the British. Grenades being chucked here at the Tommies. We got focus fire as well. There could be a wipe here on FK9DD's infantry section. And down it goes. Huge blow here. Almost got the northern point here. Panther III almost here ready for Stephenn again. Foot guards out of it, about to get flanked. There we go. Forced to withdraw. And we got another 17-pounder gun up for FK9DD. Even as Stephenn just kind of forgot about that one. Wait, what did he bring that one along for? A museum, maybe? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Mine goes off here. Panzer taking heavy losses. Grab the southern victory point there. £17-pounder gun at the ready. That's going to be a possibly another nasty surprise here for Stephenn. Racing forwards here with the Panther III's. 17-pounder gun quickly skedaddling out there before it gets turned into cannon fodder here for the Panther III's if they catch it on the flank. Setting up again here. Slightly better positioning, though there's certainly some fences and bushes blocking the lines here. MD-34 being pushed back here. Panther's racing force are going to hit the 17-pounder gun. There we go. Another devastating hit here. Could see an anti-tank grenade on those Panther Threes here. No. No anti-tank gun. Smoke deployed here as Stephenn frantically pulls his Panther Threes out. Another potential mess here. Foot guards moving forward. 17-pounder gun being mobilized again. We got 58 versus 131 here. So a lot of pressure here in the southeast. Panzer going forwards. Iron Cross, 2nd class.
Our territory is in enemy hands.
58% on the troops. We got the foot guards racing forwards here. We got... They only killed one guy? Huh. I guess they mostly just did all the damage to the bazookas. As for Stephenn, no sign of Armoured Reserve still. Foot guards advancing northwards. Bit an unfortunate pick here because this is pretty much where Stephenn's like most heavily concentrated versus the south side. I think you'd better, you know, like pushing forwards there. Foot guards versus the Panther 3 here. Fair bit of damage to the Panzerkampfwagen 3 Ausführung L. Oh, he activated it. He's manned the 17-pounder gun. He's actually manned it. So now he has his own 17-pounder gun. But there you go, commanders launching an ambush, wiping out the Lactan Panzerjägerschutztruppe crew in a matter of seconds here. 20 kills, push back here with the Panzer 3. Got the northern victory point, the bleed is back on Stephenn. 55 is 113, can FK9DD push his way to victory with this? Here we got section as the Panzers there, but they are overwhelmed here by German troops. And their sheer experience they've managed to pull together. Smoke being deployed here. 50 points not left for Stephenn. Panzer 3 moving forwards. Back to FK9DD. Still flooding manpower and fuel. Still flooding a lot of fuel. Still not relying on tanks, of course, now, with Stephenn having a 17-pounder gun of his own. Going for a tank there is certainly going to be a bit ambitious, or at least going to require a bit more effort. But now, all victory points more or less falling to the hands of Stephenn. He is rapidly advancing. FK9DD, of course, forced to respond to this as aggressively and rapidly as possible. Could, I suppose, in theory, like, try and make an airdrop here on the southern point while pushing for the other point. Get a triple cap going on Stephenn, maybe that way, just sneak his way to victory. More mines going off after their serves a damaged engine. Panther 3 needs to push past it. Can't. Commanders are going for the Panzergrenadiers is there. Ace level versus ace level, but the Sten guns definitely beat the Carnot TKs at close quarters. Panther 3 racing down south. Commanders are pushing for that victory point. Other troops going for the northern one. Stephenn can't forget about the northern. We got 98 versus 47. 17-pounder gun needs to get down here south swiftly before Stephenn's Panther 3's utterly annihilated here. FK9DD's forces on the beaches. Foot guards moving forward. 17-pounder gun being hauled forwards. Commanders making the run. He needs to deploy a smoke grenade. Try to hope out. No, can't. Taking too much damage here. Bazooka fire from the foot guards pushing back the Panther 3. We've got 95 versus 47. The battle hangs on the balance here between FK9DD and Stephenn, and we got a Grant tank. He finally goes for a Grant tank after so long. I feel like he kind of missed the window to really make this work when he had the first 17-pounder gun before it fell into the hands of Stephenn here. I feel like that was a bit of a slip up here by FK9DD, to be honest, and now he may just end up... Oh! Panzerjäger squad just evaporated here by the Grant tank and his two guns. South here, foot guards. Praying the boats will withstand the firepower of the German Panzerwaffe. And so far, these have proven to be pretty sturdy boats. 17-pounder gun setting up. He should be able to take out the Panther 3 here. But the foot guard don't. They get it. And there you go. Grant tank getting hit by a 17-pounder gun tank. Oh, the plot twist. And the Luftwaffe called in. He almost got the 250 half-track. Grant finished off here. Foot guards almost wiped out. We got 78 versus 47. Oh dear. Need to get the 17-pounder to safety before Stephenn wrecks it and holds off with another 17-pounder gun. Quite the a rough turn events here for FK9DD. Quite the rough turn. 68 versus 47. Grenades being chucked here. Sappers pushing forwards, trying to keep that victory point. British grenades being chucked here. The number 69. Percussive grenades. Sappers right in the center. Another push forwards, but the Panther fleet is definitely blocking things. And up north, we got a secondary push, but we got machine guns. And Mars at the ready. There you go. Panther squad, the forgotten by Stephenn, is being absolutely executed here by the Ace Commandos. No chance of survival here. Unless Stephenn has some insane luck here. Which he does not. We got 49 versus 47. 47 versus 47. And there you go. FK9DD is almost got the lead stopped here. 41 though versus 47. Section pushing up the center here. Line for gun firing away. Their foot guards going forward. Grant number 2 out for FK9DD and the British Empire. Going for those bloody pesky Panzer Grenadiers. Up north here. Commanders flanking up here. Panther fleet the counterattacks here. It's a frantic mess on both sides, as both are just looking to claw the way to victory, no matter the cost. Foot guards flanking in Panther 3 here, sort of milling about here. Grant moving forward here towards the southern beaches. 17 pounder gun, line for gun holding back here. Got 29 versus 47. Foot guards popping grenades, firing bazookas. They're about to die though. They're down to 3 men low on health. Artillery fire hits their exact previous position. 1 man alive with 7 points of health left. We got 25 versus 47. Grenades on the Grant. 17 pounder gun being hauled forward to the front line. Far up north, rushing in a Panther 3 here. Probably has the ability to grab points with it. No, he doesn't. Got 25 versus 47. And there you go, Martyrs. Cutting apart the Grant here. 17 pounder gun set up, but a bit too late. Got the Panther 3. Well, another Panther 3 is down here. Due to 17 pounder guns. Great hit on the Martyr here. Grant might be able to take out one, but there go grenades on the 17 pounder gun. Oh dear. I think at this point it is GG though for FK9DD. I think that might more or less be it.
Victory point belongs to the enemy.
That might just be it. Hopefully pathing improvements also make tow guns a bit more useful. But I have to do. It did a lot of damage though. I probably could do some work with the setup time as mentions there. Hard to get a wipe here though. Do think we are pretty much in the GG zone here. Maybe not. 24 versus 38. 23. Commanders raising forces towards the southern victory point. Maybe there's still a chance here if FK9DD to turn this around. Maybe. He's going for another section. He seems to have not going for more foot guards at any point here. I feel like if he committed to more foot guards, he would have probably been in a stronger position overall. Panther fleet counterattack 16 versus 38. Smoke deployed. Panther fleet just fires into the smoke. 12 versus 38.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
Section out. Pushing in here. Foot guards arriving. 12 versus 38. Commanders there being hit with any 30-foot point blank range. Grant being rushed forwards. Foot guards caught by the MU-34. No smoke for them. There you go. Direct hit from the Grant. 75mm gun there. Almost wiping out the entire machine crew. There you go. One last loiter here from Stephenn. Heavy damage inflicted to the Grant here. Foot guards pinned down. Sappers going for a flank here. Martyrs on the move here. Grant narrowly dodging it. There you go. GG, game over. A loss here for the British, a victory for the German army. A close and brutally fought battle here between two excellent players on Twin Beaches. But yeah, I feel like one of those critical moments there was like, you know, when he had the 17 pounder gun, he was doing a lot of damage and he had a lot of resources floating. He should have pushed over more tanks of some kind of foot guards, and he just did. And in fact, when he suffered loss and replaced them, he should have placed more foot guards around the sections. I feel like those are some of those more critical minor errors that sort of just built up, and I think allowed Stephenn to take him slowly but steadily here. I'm Stephenn to sort of push in there. Still, those 17 pounder guns, like, you know, kind of did some intense damage here to Stephenn, though. Took out several tanks and tank destroyers, though. He was close, though. He was really close, but just stumbled a bit at that critical moment, and Stephenn, I think, was able to just, like, push through, and that point locked down matches. FK9DD really couldn't easily get back here. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. You can also support the Propagandacast by, pledging on Patreon or donating via PayPal, or you can just like, share, and subscribe to the video. This helps with the YouTube algorithms, which also helps me out a bunch in the longer run. So thank you all for joining in, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.